Welcome back, y'all. Seems like it's been forever, but due to technological incapabilities, this was the slowest package I've ever got between myself and poor Richard on the other end that drove all around Maine. Anyhow, we should finally have it. Maybe get our stuff back together here. There it is. The mystery part I've been waiting for. Those that have never seen one, check out Fastidious Resto Mods. Sean Filner has done some work with these before. I'll give you a quick time lapse of throwing it back together, taking the other pieces apart. But other than that, I'm on a mission. So here we finally get to see it thawed out. I don't know how well this will turn out. I'm kind of aiming a light at the same time here, but these here bolts that go around all have nuts on the inside, so we got to get into the top of the case either way. I kind of thought I didn't have to, but yeah, I do. So anyhow, that means that my winch and groomer mount is going to have to come off, so we'll get that popped off and then start working there. I don't know if I'm going to need a hand or not, if my arms are that long, but I guess we'll see. So let's start by getting this these U-bolts undone and get this winch mount off. I wonder if that guy was ever going to stop talking. Anyhow, yeah, the U-bolts were fun. We zipped them off here. I sped it up immensely because, yeah, like I said, they were fun. No real way to get a camera in there, so thankfully for the gantry, makes tuning job fairly straightforward. We'll knock the lid off here and get a look at the inside. The bolts are something else to get to, so again, couldn't really get the cam in there, but silicone, RTV, whatever you want to call it. It all went back forward fairly straightforward. As you can see, it just sucked her in a little bit at a time. Fishing them bottom bolts back on is fun, let me tell you, because unfortunately the footage didn't really turn out for down inside shots, but all of the planetary and everything else was still in there, so it was a matter of having a wrench, which I ground down a very specific way, and yeah, set it down in there and just thread the nuts on and hope for the best. I'm going to point out here right shortly the little bit of a kerfuffle, I guess you could say, with it going in and out. There's a bracket in here that makes it super tight, and it was a matter of probably millimeters from what I did to get it down to the point that it would actually come out and the bracket would come out at the same time. So that was one little note, and I'll point it out here. You can see a short armed guy like me, just arms long enough by the time I'm reaching around the frame, and then to them bottom bolts to hold the wrench on the inside. But yeah, I got her done. So, a couple of things to note here. I have 1, 2, 3 bolts at the top that go into a bracket
that mounts my OC12. There you can see the bracket. So in order for that to come out, I wound up having to undo the mounts on this side, and I wound up having to loosen my 4 bolts on that side in order to get my rear end dropped down enough so I could get that piece out and down here, which is absolutely okay. Yeah, it worked out all right. A couple more bolts to undo. Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be difficult to get back up completely lined up, but maybe I'll have somebody come over. This here has to go in the back. I gotta put the fitting on there yet. Should have done it while it was out, but work harder, not smarter. Anyhow, I'll knock this out. The fitting for my old drop box will go in there, and that's the recirculation system that keeps these OC12s cool when you're working them.
Geez, once he gets started, he doesn't stop, eh? So yeah, there's that recirc elbow. It just draws the fluid and passes it around. RTV again here. Just a thin layer. These are all serious machine parts, right? So it doesn't take much. You don't have to gob that stuff on. A very thin layer. Let it set up for 5 or 10 minutes, just a little bit beforehand, and then on she goes. I started this, it's hard to tell, but I started it with sort of the star pattern, just tightening on 4 corners there. It sucked the case in nice and easy. Sits on 2 dowels, and then once we got it in flush, we just work our way around. Some more RTV, a jack stand to hold the axle up, because man, let me tell you, that loaded up axle tube, because I didn't pull any of it apart. I didn't want to disrupt seals or nothing else, so I left the loaded axle in there, the whole 9 yards, and just set her on 2 jack stands and slid her on in. And there's my custom 5/16 wrench. I had to grind the outside down. Of course, I don't have any sockets that would fit, that are thin wall enough sockets to fit in there, so that are 15/16. And here, yeah, I almost need some new shorts after attempting this myself. That is some thick wall angle or rectangle tubing that I built that winch mount on. So tracks are a breeze. I don't have any special tools. I used 2 of them 4-foot hand clamps there, and 1 ratchet strap. And if you use that ratchet strap just right and lay it on the bottom, it holds the track up flush and level instead of pulling it in some kink direction. Love you guys all for subscribing. Feel free to share my videos more if you think it's something that people will share. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if it's too much info, not enough info, or what more you'd like to see. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.